Hello, welcome back to We Are City channel for our FC 25 career mode. With Manchester City, it's no longer the rebuild, it is a new age. And of a new age, we've seen some big things happen in the transfer market because Ederson has returned to the Premier League from Al Ittihad to Arsenal, 63 million euros. Wow. That is a surprise transfer in this transfer market. They don't stop there. Lille signed Diogo Jota from Liverpool. Levi Colwill moving to Atletico Madrid also. So lots of big moves going on around the transfer market in the world of football. Big moves happening here, there and absolutely everywhere. Kirikez moving from Paris Saint-Germain to Atalanta for 75 million euros. Wow, world-class signing, some of the comments say. Well, our new upload schedule, which will be 2 episodes of this particular, sort of career mode and videos and series on the channel. We're going to try and get through about a month an episode, and we're going to up it from 3 games an episode to 4 bits of gameplay in every episode. The episodes will be a little longer, 2 a week. That's the way I've decided to do things now that we're into the sort of season where City are making lots of signings. This isn't quite up to date in terms of the signings we've made in our squad. Not quite exactly. So we're doing it as sort of a future-proof thing, that it is the future. Julian Nagelsmann in charge, and we're going to do 2 episodes this a week with other things, I'm sure, that at the time of recording this, I don't know. But little things scattered in there around other players that City have signed and other things on this channel because it's going to be a pretty exciting summer transfer window for Manchester City, and it might have already been by the time this video goes out. So this is how it is looking in the terms of schedule. Of course, we've got the Emirates FA Cup coming up, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I think I'm going to play this game against Brentford at home. I'm going to simulate Leicester City away. I'm going to play Chelsea at home as well, and the plan is then to play United away and also West Ham United away and simulate the game against Southampton at home. That will get us through 2 months right at the start of this series, but we'll see what happens because I'm sure the Carabao Cup game's going to get thrown in somewhere, and that will change things. I'd probably like to play that and use some of the fringe players and see how they will perform. Before we get into any gameplay, we're going to do confirmation of an absolutely massive transfer away from Manchester City. We knew it was coming, but now it is about to be confirmed. Arriving back in Spain, former Atleti man, now playing for their rivals Real Madrid, is Mr. Ballon d'Or, Manchester City captaining quadruple winner and Pep Guardiola's favourite in that role. Rodri, he leaves Manchester City. He said his time was up at City. Because of the quality, because of all that he's done for City, we decided it was allowed to let him leave on his own terms, and he decides to move to a Champions League rival in Real Madrid. He will join Tchouaméni, Jude Bellingham in that Valverde in that Real Madrid midfield, which is absolutely fantastic for them. It's a shame for us, and he makes the move for 120 million euros. So massive money coming in. 120 million euros for a 31-year-old is a lot of money, but Real Madrid willing to spend it when they know it is someone who is the world's best in his position. He'll be massively missed in this City side. He has been one of our best players, and all we can say is thank you, Rodri. You gave us everything we managed to give you, I suppose, through helping you the Ballon d'Or and every trophy you could possibly win. Thanks, Rodri. Opening of the Premier League season, this is the side Manchester City go with one big addition in the side. That is a debut Julian Nagelsmann gives to Max Alleyne, who starts at centre-back alongside Araujo and Vardy. It's Camavinga and Warnpan in the midfield too. A bit more defensive in the wide areas today. Frimpong and Cambiasso, the full-back connection. And then it's going to be Savinho out the side to Marmoush and Simons in behind captain Erling Haaland up top. On the bench, you've got Oscarson, Savinho, Bob, Foden, Kamara, Ederson, Reed and Jimabar, as well as Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. But yeah, big eyes on Max Alleyne. It's his Manchester City debut and Premier League debut. I think he's played for the side before in an FA Cup game, but it's certainly his Premier League debut anyway. So Brentford at home to kick off Manchester City's new Premier League season. A new age under a new manager in Julian Nagelsmann, the German, who is a very young man, but he is a man that has really learned how to develop players, play good football. He's inspired by Pep Guardiola. He's got so much similarities within the club, and his things started pretty well, didn't they, with a Community Shield win over Arsenal. However, City went then into the Super Cup and went and lost to Spurs, didn't we? So things haven't been entirely perfect so far, and there has been some big departures from the side, some big moves away from the club, which are a big miss for this Manchester City team. But despite those moves away, despite those things that are going to happen, I still believe this City side can achieve big and special things this season. I mean, losing our captain is absolutely massive, but I think we can still achieve wonderful things. Let's see how Brentford do line up today with, I think, a former City player face, a former face anyway, in that team. So this is the Brentford starting 11, starting in goal for Brentford. And Thomas Frank's side, he's still there in charge. It is Vladmarsson. It is then Michele, Ake, Collins and Vidal the back four. Janel and Norgard the captain part in midfield two. Ivan Martin, Castellanos in the front line in the wide areas. Ruben Garcia and Ogbele as well. Big game to be thrown in at Max Alain. And he's out of position here. And the chance of Brentford to start this one. And it's 1-0. Well, Max Alain, not the best of starts, is it, for the young man? A bit easy that, wasn't it? Brentford, we do concede. Alain not across quick enough neither is Joshko Vardiol. And Ao steps out, footing, doesn't win it, doesn't keep it. Castellanos against the lane here. And Vardiol, Max Alain with a foot in. Finds a Brentford player again. We're 2-0 down here. And this is a terrible start to the Nagelsmann era, isn't it? Ruben Garcia makes it 2-0. We haven't kept the ball well enough. And I have to say Max Alain dives into the challenge, doesn't make it. City's number 3. Cambiasso. Crosses one into Haaland here. Tries to flick it on, could fall to Marmoush here! Oh, it's past the post by Omar Marmoush. Xavi Simons. Xavi. Good work by Xavi. Feeds one through. Marmoush here! City in front. We should be with that one, but 2 poor goals before it mean that it's only 1 pull back for Manchester City. Good thread through by Marmoush and Xavi Simons combining the game. He's back there by Omar Marmoush. I think Alain's got to grow in this role, playing at central centre-back. I think he's better in the wide centre-back areas. Camavinga wide. Cambiasso. Marmoush in. Frimpong arriving on the volley, blocked away, deflected. Marmoush on towards Cambiasso. Across the box to Xavi Simons. What a ball by Cambiasso, 2-2. We put the 2 fullbacks in there over a winger in Savinho for defensive solidity. It's not worked that way because we conceded 2 early goals, but we've got back level now at 2-2 before half-time. What a crossing by Cambiasso. Feeds Xavi Simons who's in the box. And there's no miss from there. I mean, Vidal's lost him. I don't think they expect that quality cross from Cambiasso. Frimpong with a big switch towards Cambiasso. That is beautiful. Cambiasso on the chest. On to Xavi Simons again. Xavi Simons! Oh! What a strike from Xavi, 3-2 City. And does he start ahead of Phil Foden now? Our number 10, the Florian Wirtz alternative. He was the man we decided to bring in when Wirtz was not attainable. And he's been absolutely unbelievable. Back heel into him. Oh, his strike takes a massive deflection. I'm going to the top right-hand corner. It hits the defender, or Janel anyway, and goes up and over the goalkeeper. Vidal. All through the middle here. Ivan Martin looking for Castellanos. He's been found here. Castellanos! Costa makes the save. Max Alain off the line. Coming forward. Max Alain with a brilliant challenge, the young defender. On loan at Brentford last season, on loan at Bournemouth last season. Foden back towards Vardiol. Terrible pass in towards Castellanos. Max Alain again with a fantastic challenge and Vardiol away to Foden. Full-time whistle goes. It wasn't easy. We've made it difficult, but a 3-2 over Brentford. 3 points in the opening day of the season. No clean sheet, but goals in our front line. And definitely areas to work on defensively. Well, more big moves in the market. Bayer Leverkusen have signed Dortmund player and former Manchester City youth player Jimmy Bino Gittens there. You see Kim Min-jae moving to Stuttgart, interestingly, from Inter for only €35 million. That's an interesting signing. And Brighton want Julian Alvarez. They've made some big moves, Brighton, in the transfer market. I mean, they already have Harry Kane. And Rodri is a star player at Real Madrid, celebrated for expansive style and impressive passing ability. We know how good Rodri is. Number 16 for the Galacticos. We'll miss him. We really will miss him, but he wanted that move. He gets that move. And more moves in the transfer market for former City players because Aymeric Laporte has moved to Augsburg from Villarreal for €18 million. Vardiol was interested in him from Real Madrid and co, but we're not letting him go, so that doesn't matter. Palmeiras signed Vargas for €22 million, but it's Leroy Sané who's moved to Liverpool. He's a good signing for Arne Slot's side. Well, next was Leicester City away from home, where City don't quite have an amazing start to season, really. A 1-1 draw with Leicester, goals from McAteer for them. Erling Haaland replied in the second half, despite Savinho coming on. We saw Camavinga come onto the field, Jumabart as well. We couldn't get that winning goal. Well, more big markets moves. We see AC Milan, the Champions League finalists, sign Nicholas Jackson. We've seen Liverpool signing Kusunu from Stuttgart for €53 million. Arsenal interested in Vardyl as well, apparently, but we're not letting him go anywhere. Cucho joins Hoffenheim. Anderson moves to Real Betis for €43 million from Nottingham Forest. Wow, that's an interesting deal, isn't it? In fact, Arrigabalaga, actually, the former Bilbao man, he's joined Roma, from Roma to Milan, to Marseille. Doesn't make it very clear in that, €31 million. And there's another big move that I saw as well, and that is Zabani from Lille to Villarreal, €45 million, replacing the outgoing Aymeric Laporte. Next, we're at home to Chelsea, a Chelsea side that has been improved in the transfer market, mainly in the centre-back area, with the €80 and €90 million signing very experienced Brazilian and former Juventus man, Bremer. They've also got Yildiz in there as a former Juve player as well. They've made moves in the transfer market. They look a strong side, a side to be reckoned with this season, perhaps even in the title race. This is a sign for Chelsea today. It's the usual starting 11 that's pretty strong, with two changes that both come in midfield, with the Wharton and Camavinga stepping out for Edison and Kamara, more combative midfield coming in there. Kusanov starts back in at central centre-back with Jimavar ahead of Max Lane on the bench. Mikadu there as well. A little bit unhappy with his game time at the moment. Oscar Bob's not played much either. We've got a big squad, a big season, a long old season. There's plenty of time for rotation and so on with this team. Let's get into this game against Chelsea. So Manchester City versus Chelsea. This is Julian Nagelsmann's second home game in charge of Manchester City. 2 games in the Premier League so far, a win and a draw. So they're looking to not make that a full package and get a defeat here today. City are looking for all 3 points against Enzo Maresca's side that might just be in a title race. Out of the 2 sides of the Etihad, let's see how Chelsea do line up in today's fixture. So Chelsea start with Kelechi in goal. It's a back four of Livramento, Bremer, Tosin and Martin Fernandes, a new signing. Palacios and captain Caicedo midfield 2. Neto, Palmer and Yildiz supporting Burkhardt up top. Quality on the bench as well for Chelsea. I really don't think he has. He's been given the nod in a big game like he was against Spurs, as Vardyal's beaten here. Palmer across to Burkhardt here. Burkhardt with a strike. The German's offside, and City can thank themselves lucky. Xavi. Frimpong. Into Haaland here, against Tosin. He's past Tosin. Haaland. What a goal this would be off the post by Erling Haaland. And then behind by Palmer. And is he onside here? Burkhardt, he is. And he's chased by Kusanov and Vardyal. And they get back well. And Vardyal! And Kusanov stand off Burkhardt. He still gets a strike away. And play it quick from that midfield because we're pressing them well. Palmer. And intercepted by Kamara. That's brilliant. And brought forward by Kamara. And threaded through to Haaland by Kamara. But Bremer's across. Haaland's got nowhere to go. Back out to Xavi Simons. Frimpong. Chased by Kamara, can't make the challenge. Why they go, Arauz dived in, Palacios. Oh, and a good challenge by Arauz. The substitutions are yet to come on. And here is Xavi Simons, and City are playing more in the transition here. And Simons into Haaland, who's got the other side of Bremer. And he's past Bremer, and Erling Haaland on that right foot. And Manchester City have the lead over Chelsea. Good find by Xavi Simons again, I think, who's got another assist for himself. And Erling Haaland holds off Bremer and puts it in the back of the net. Really good play here, just holds off Bremer here. And then the right foot across the goalkeeper Kelechi to give City the lead over Chelsea. That's a big goal in today's game. We're still going to make the changes that we expected to make with Oscar Bob and also Phil Foden. More creative from City. Good feet by him. Great feet by Neto. Vardyal can't stop him. Burkhardt! A big save by Costa. Through to Burkhardt. Got players around him. Lays it off to Caicedo. Good save by Costa. Right to Frimpong. Takes it away from the fullback. Frimpong. Lifts it over to Haaland. Is he onside, Haaland? He's offside. It doesn't matter. The full-time whistle goes. Big 3 points at home. And our first clean sheet of the season. It comes from the goalkeeper being fantastic. But 3 points massive. That's 2 wins from 2. The transfer deadline day is upon us. We're not going to be making any moves. And there's going to be no moves away from the club. We've decided in our squad, barring maybe one move away from the side. Other than that, I think we are happy with the team we've got. Final move for the club is for Justin Aboawadu, who moves to Everton in a £32 million move away to another Premier League side. That's a good move for the young player. Well, transfer deadline day is over, and interesting to see across all leagues on deadline day, 1 billion spent just on deadline day. That is how crazy the transfer market has got. The big games keep coming thick and fast for Julian Nagelsmann. It's a baptism of fire for his start at Manchester City. And things don't stop there because we're in 4th place here. Top of the table is Spurs, Brighton and Newcastle on 9 points. We face a Manchester derby up ahead against us now. Away to Old Trafford to face fixed place Manchester United. So some interesting changes in the City side for this Manchester derby made by Julian Nagelsmann. In goal starts Costa, of course, Raul Casanova and Vardiol. The backline captain, of course, will go to Erling Haaland. But it's then into the midfield where we go with Wharton partnering with Nico O'Reilly, who gets a start ahead of Camavinga. That is a big choice for Pep Guardiola. Camavinga will be on the bench. I think I'm going to take out McAdoo off the bench, put Camavinga there actually. It's Frimpong and Cambiasso in the wide areas. Boyhood Blue, Phil Foden and Omar Marmoush supporting Erling Haaland up top. No Xavi Simons, despite him being one of our top players this season. But O'Reilly's in there because he understands what it's like to play a Manchester derby. Well, here at Old Trafford for Julian Nagelsmann's first Manchester derby in charge of Manchester City. Interesting to mention that United finished, 13th last season. They've been really poor in this save. They're yet to get Champions League football. But from what I know, they've made some massive moves in the transfer market, spent some massive money again. And Ruben Amorim is being fully backed by the Man United board. Let's see how United line up today in this big game at Old Trafford, where I think they've got some special talent in that team, despite having poor seasons time and time again. So this is the Man United side for Ruben Amorim, starting in a back five, of course. So David Soares is the goalkeeper, is Kumedi, Shaw, De Ligt, Unyai and Balde the back line. João Neves has been signed, wow, alongside Mason Mount. It's still Mitrovic up top, with Garnacho and Bakayoko, Bruno Fernandes on the bench, as well as some other talent. I won't say we're particularly entertaining side at the moment, Nagelsmann's side. João Neves into Mitrovic, this is too easy, City. Mitrovic! Good save by Costa over the bar. Andrea Cambiasso, good feet. Haaland turns. Haaland, Foden. Through to Marmoush here. Marmoush across the goalkeeper, 1-0 City. And it's Marmoush again, he's found by Phil Foden. And City have the lead here at Old Trafford. And it's Omar Marmoush. Celebrations by the bench there on the City side. Good ball through, good find by Phil Foden. We've not been as controlled as I'd like to be in this Manchester derby. But Foden threads it through, and Marmoush, who loves that finish across the goalkeeper. He likes to finish that left-hand side. It can be quite predictable, but done and executed perfectly. Past Luke Shaw and De Ligt there. And Marmoush from that sort of area, you always bank on him scoring. Chased by Balde. Frimpong forced backwards. Wants into Marmoush, great find, Marmoush. Pulled it back here. Haaland to hit it, Mason Mount stops it. O'Reilly rolls it in the bottom corner. What a strike by Nico O'Reilly. Wow. I did not foresee that happening. But there we go. Nico O'Reilly starts and scores. Marmoush's out, it's taken off him. Look at this, O'Reilly just pounces. And what a finish in the bottom corner that is by Nico O'Reilly. Should he be starting for Manchester City, we've got Edison. We've got Wharton. Kamara. Mukasa. Nico O'Reilly. Camavinga. Whitey works it. Bakayoko down. Nico O'Reilly intercepts it onto Marmoush. O'Reilly. What a ball through here towards Haaland. Against De Ligt. Fantastic by O'Reilly. Back into him. Wharton. O'Reilly again. Over top to Cambiasso. Taken by Cambiasso. Pulled back to Haaland here and away by Matheus De Ligt. Cambiasso. Marmoush. Haaland. Foden. Good play by City. Foden rises the challenges here. Foden through to Haaland again here. Haaland's in again. Erling Haaland. Oh, what a miss. O'Reilly to Marmoush. Haaland. Marmoush. Through to Haaland again. This time, you know what we're going to do. Just hit it hard. And Haaland scores 3-0. Should have scored the previous one. I should have tried to place it. Just try and hit it in. And he hits this one and then scores. Assist for Marmoush, a goal for Erling Haaland. 3-0 Old Trafford. And this is more like the Nagelsmann side we expected. And that comes with Nico O'Reilly in the Manchester City midfield. The youngster has been so impressive. And he's been instrumental in everything we've done today. Marmoush. O'Reilly. Camavinga. Back through to Xavi Simons for 4. 4-0 Manchester City. We have torn United apart. And the talent they've brought in, I mean, João Neves, one of the best midfielders in the world, plays the midfield for Man United, and he hasn't got anywhere near someone like Nico O'Reilly. Great player. I mean, it doesn't help that he's been partnered with Mason Mount, who's one of the worst midfielders around for the top club. Xavi Simons scores. Good ball through by Camavinga. Simons away from him. It's Mason Mount who doesn't track him. And City make it 4. Just O'Reilly. João Neves. Great feet by João Neves. João Neves! What 4-1? So now, I've just been saying how good he is. Man United's number 7. Played it to Savinho. Full-time whistle goes. A nice 4 win at Old Trafford. Top win. Top performance. City on top. And that's a really good result. And the final game of today's episode is in the Champions League as that kicks off this league phase as we look to qualify to get into the top 8. We start top, of course, because we were Champions League finalists. So I don't know why Milan aren't second, because they were second place, but Milan are not. Barcelona, I wonder if it's in ranking. That's the way it looks. Milan's still down in 16th. I think it is in ranking. Although I can't see Shamrock Rovers being last, but Valencia 33rd place and the likes of Rangers ahead of them, Zagreb. I don't believe so. I wouldn't think that anyway, but that's the way it's looking. And we face Inter to end the episode. Big game, big test for Nagelsmann's team. To decide for Inter today, Costa starts and goal. It's Araujo, Alain and Vardiol, the back 3. Nakadu makes his debut for the season. His first start season that right. He gets the nod by Nagelsmann with Cambiasso in the wide areas. It's Camavinga and it's in the midfield too. Haaland, Bob and Xavi Simons, the attacking trident. So Inter to kick off our Champions League campaign. We are the holders of this competition. We are the champions of the Champions League. And we kick off our new season, our new age under Julian Nagelsmann in the Champions League against the local rivals, Inter, the side that we faced, of course, in the final 3 years ago. The local rivals of Milan, who we beat recently. Both finals we've managed to beat, aside from Milan in it. Let's see how Inter do line up against Nagelsmann's side here today at the Etihad. There is the Manchester City side for the opening Champions League game. Max Alain makes another appearance to the side, and so does Makadu, 2 players that have come through that City youth system as Oscar Bob. And here is the Inter team. It looks like it's going to be for Inzaghi's side. Matthias Tell up top, Lautaro Martinez. They've made some really good signs in terms of players that really do fit their system. I mean, Pedro Porro played in a back 5 for Sporting, didn't he, as a wing back? And he's been signed here to play as a wing back for this Milan side. They've got Baena on the bench. Wow, what a play he is. So Sommer in goal, a back 5. Bastioni the captain, Euro, Hato in there as well. Barea sitting in the midfield. But that's a good Inter side, one that's going to cause us problems without a doubt, especially Tell and Martinez in that very mobile front line. Through to Matthias Tell, could be a good start for Inter. Past Araujo! What a start by Inter. Araujo gets dropped. And Matthias Tell scores, and that's too easy, City. Way too easy. From kickoff. Araujo gets dropped by Matthias Tell. Drops the shoulder. Puts it round the corner of Costa, who's not come to save us and rescue us here. That's poor from, and that's really bad defending from Araujo. 85 rated. You expect a lot better from your centre-back. He's a young man who wants to play football for City. He thinks he's good enough to start games. He's even given a start today in the Champions League. Makadu. Hato. Makadu rules it to Camavinga, blocked away. Bob tries to control it, and it's behind for a goal kick. This front line moving very well for Inter. Very difficult to watch. Barea. Finding those pockets in that back line. Here, there and everywhere. Matthias Tell's found another one. Araujo's been sold again. And Tell makes it 2. Well, Araujo struggled today. Massively. And he struggled again here. Tell just does Araujo. Costa can't save it. 2-0 Inter. Well, not a good start to our chance to try and retain our Champions League title. We already feel that we're far away from getting a chance to come back into this game. Tell. Max Alain's the one stopping him. Araujo struggling against him. Xavi. Through to Haaland here. Good running. Back to Makadu. On towards Oscar Bob! Should do better. Puts it wide, Bob. Camavinga onto Bob. Bob onto Cambiasso, what a run. Cross to Haaland here. Haaland scores. 2-1. Pick that ball up early. We're back in this. Cambiasso with a fantastic ball across. Good run by Cambiasso from out to in there. The captain Haaland scores. Come on, no time for celebrations here. Good run by Cambiasso there, away from Pedro Porro, puts it on a plate for Erling Haaland. He'll get plenty of assists this season, Cambiasso, as will Frimpong, whoever plays in those wide areas. That's good play. Haaland is there. Can't miss that one. 2-1 back in it. Back to Camavinga. Takes it well in towards Oscar Bob. Across to Makedu. And Xavi. And into Oscar Bob. And Oscar Bob! 2-2. Just like that, City are back level. And we have shown some fight today, haven't we? We've shown some real fight in the episodes. Games where, I mean, Brentford we went behind as well. 2-2. Fantastic from us. Xavi through towards Bob. And what a hit. And Nagelsmann's side are back level. What a ball through there. And Oscar Bob makes no mistake with that one. Cuts across it. Hits it in. 2-2. City level Inter. What a start to the Champions League. An exciting game in the opening night of this competition. Tell. They look dangerous though when they come forward. They really do. Around the corner here. Martinez. Why is he in so much space? 3-2 into. Why is he in so much space? I don't know what happened there. But Araujo and Elena nowhere near him. And it's 3-2 into. And we come back to 2-2. Cambiasso. Haaland. Tight angle. Not too tight for Erling Haaland. 3-3. Two teams just throwing hammer blows at each other. Haymaker after haymaker. 3-3. Great ball through by Cambiasso. What a hit by Erling Haaland. 3-3. Two very good attacks. And two shaky defences, you could say. 3-3 now. And it's not even 45 minutes of football played here at the Etihad. But each side, when they go forward, they look like they're going to score. Bob. Nicely done. Xavi. Back to Bob. Bob again. What a ball. Cambiasso. Crossed in. Haaland attacks it! Oh! 4-3. I think that's a hat-trick of assists for Andrea Cambiasso off that left-hand side. 4-3 Manchester City. What a ball in. Well, I think he starts at a Savinho at the moment, Cambiasso on that left-hand side. I genuinely think he does. What a ball in. And Erling Haaland throws himself at it at a Bastione. And what a header from Erling Haaland. Beat that. Thumping header by Haaland, the captain. What a crossing by Cambiasso. And City, for the first time, find themselves in front at 4-3. Find to Haaland. And Bob. And Haaland. And back to Bob. And he's in again here. And Oscar Bob! 5-3 City. He's been brilliant as well. Oscar Bob makes it 5-3. What a performance from Oscar Bob. Does he start ahead of Marmoush? Well, Marmoush is scoring. Xavi Simons is playing as well. Really well also. Through to Bob. Got his goal scoring boots on. Well played. Edison goes to one here. Saved by Jan Sommer. In by Cambiasso. Haaland's there again! Oh! Martinez. Space here. Cambiasso get back. Cross comes in towards Tell. Takes it on the chest here. Tell, good feet! What a goal by Matheus Tell. 5-4. Milan are Inter don't stop here. What a goal this is. I mean, to put that in the top corner from there, Matheus Tell. Quality as well. Bob. Xavi. Back to Bob. Oh, referee from behind here on Oscar Bob by Nico Barea. And it's got to be a yellow card for the Italian at least. It's a red card for Nico Barea. See you later. Off he goes. Late challenge on Oscar Bob. And off he goes, Nico Barea. Free kick and Haaland's over it. Bob onto Haaland. He's found him. There ahead of Pedro Porro. Back to Xavi Simons. Didn't catch it. Full-time whistle goes. We end the episode with a 5-4 win over Inter. What an episode, what a game, and certainly some entertaining football. A hat-trick for Erling Haaland and a hat-trick of assists for Andrea Cambiasso. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And please consider joining the WST Members Club for extended episodes and early access. What a performance by Nagelmann's side. We'll see you guys for the Erling Haaland hat-trick next time.